The 2015 Jeep Cherokee is the best compact crossover for you if you get a little buzz from that iconic Jeep name. Cherokee has more going for it than the Jeep badge, of course. No rival, for example, quite matches the off-road ability of this traction-optimized Trailhawk model. But most Cherokee buyers choose one of the more sedate versions, and that's where the competition offers some compelling alternatives. How does this Jeep stack up against the likes of the Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, and Ford Escape? I'm Chuck Giametta. Join me for a car preview video review of the 2015 Jeep Cherokee. Replacing the more truck-like Liberty for model year 2014, Jeep slots the Cherokee between the smaller Renegade and the mid-size Grand Cherokee in its lineup and gives it some sophomore season updates. Sport and Latitude, upscale Limited, and rugged Trailhawk models return. A 4-cylinder engine is standard. Optional on all but the Sport is a V6, and for 2015 it automatically shuts off when the vehicle is stopped, then restarts when you release the brake pedal. The result is a slight but welcome gain in fuel economy, 1 mile per gallon in city, highway, and combined ratings. In other changes, Latitude and Trailhawk join the Limited with a rear-view camera as standard equipment. It's still an option on the Sport. Latitude buyers can now order blind spot warning with cross-path detection. That had been available only on Limited and Trailhawk. Forward collision alert remains an exclusive option for the Limited and Trailhawk, but now it can automatically stop you cold from low speed to avoid rear-ending the car ahead. Heated front seats are again optional, but the Trailhawk joins the Limited with available cooled front seats. All 2015 Cherokees share a basic design also used for the Dodge Dart compact car and for Chrysler's redesigned 2015 midsize sedan, the 200. The platform originates with Fiat, the Italian automaker that controls Chrysler, Dodge, Ram Truck, and Jeep. The goal here was a modern compact crossover to rival the pace-setting CR-V, Escape, and RAV4, as well as the Nissan Rogue. That meant a 5-passenger wagon with a thrifty 4-cylinder engine. For the name, Jeep resurrected Cherokee, best remembered for the 1984 through 2001 model that helped launch the compact SUV craze. Of course, today's curvy Cherokee looks nothing like its classic boxy predecessor. That wouldn't be fashionable. It does honor Jeep's trademark 7-slot grille in its own way. Certainly this front end is Cherokee's most debatable styling feature. These, by the way, are the headlights, and these are the daytime running lamps. Overall, it's a little larger inside and out than most competitors, although the Ford, Honda, Toyota, and Nissan beat it for cargo volume. Part of what sets Cherokee apart is beneath the hood. If you want a compact crossover with a V6, for example, this is your only choice, unless you hunt down a Mitsubishi Outlander, which we don't recommend. It's also alone in the class with a 9-speed automatic transmission. Sport, Latitude, and Limited models are available with front-wheel drive or a simple all-wheel drive system that feeds power to the rear tires when the fronts slip. Optional on Latitude and Limited is Jeep's Active Drive 2 system. With low-range gearing for maximum traction in demanding conditions, it qualifies as something very rare in this class, true four-wheel drive. Like the all-wheel drive system, it comes with a terrain selector that optimizes throttle, brakes, and transmission for just about any surface you're likely to encounter. A Cherokee with Active Drive 2 is already an impressive off-road performer, but a genuine Jeep must climb hills and crawl over stuff that would humble a run-of-the-mill crossover. That's where the Trailhawk model comes in. It's for skeptics who think a real Jeep can't be based on a front-wheel drive Fiat. Bodywork trimmed to clear backwoods obstacles helps set it apart from other Cherokees. So do skid plates, all-terrain tires, and tow hooks. Jeep paints them red, so you'll notice. Trailhawks come with Jeep's Active Drive Lock, basically Active Drive 2 fortified with an off-road essential, a locking rear differential. Serious rockhounds will also dig the speed control system that maintains a sensible snail's pace in tough ascents and descents. Whether you're tackling the Rubicon Trail or on your way to Walgreens, the Cherokee is a fairly pleasant place to be. The dashboard is handsome, though some controls are mounted too low. The main gauges are a little undersized, partly to accommodate a reconfigurable display. Convenient push-button start is optional on the Latitude and Trailhawk. It's standard on the Limited, where a cool wireless mobile device charging pad is an exclusive $100 extra. Bluetooth and USB connectivity are standard. Lower trim Cherokees come with a 5-inch dashboard touchscreen. This Trailhawk has the deluxe 8.4-inch screen with navigation. Navigation is just $795, but it's available only on Limited and Trailhawk, has dull graphics, and surrenders lots of screen to these icons. Our test Cherokee has leather upholstery, although it's not particularly rich-feeling leather. And while everything above elbow level is padded, below that, it's all hard plastic. Leather is standard on the Limited, but even in cloth, the front seats are roomy and supportive, with some hidden storage, too. The rear doors open exceptionally wide to a spacious back seat. This bench slides fore and aft, but we'd be more comfortable if the cushion were firmer and the backrest softer. Additional cargo space would be nice too. With 25 cubic feet behind the rear seat, 55 with it folded, Cherokee is near the bottom of the class. Sliding the back seat forward opens a little more at the expense of legroom, but you're still stuck with a high load floor. And Jeep's kooky for cookies, sprinkling brand logos nearly everywhere, including on these bag hooks. The Cherokee is among the heaviest compact crossovers, and that affects how it drives. With the 4-cylinder and front-wheel drive, acceleration is adequate. If, however, you're carrying much of a load or saddled with the extra 300 pounds of a 4-wheel drive system, this base engine feels sluggish, especially in highway passing. The abundance of transmission ratios doesn't seem to make much difference one way or the other, although we did note some abrupt upshifts. Our advice? If you want 4-wheel drive, go with the V6. It has the power and response Cherokee requires. It tows a class-topping 4,500 pounds, and the stop-start system is unobtrusive. You can switch it off, too. Regardless of engine, this Jeep has a supple ride. This may reflect a suspension calibrated to absorb off-road obstacles, but the downside is more jouncing over bumps and greater body lean in turns than in the typical compact crossover. This is one of the quietest cabins in the class. That and impressive straight-line stability makes for relaxed cruising. There's not much fuss when you leave the pavement either. In fact, with all those electronic gizmos bulldozing you along, some of the challenge of a really tough trail is lost. You may be surprised that in this competitive set, the only challenger for off-road prowess is the Subaru Forester. Cherokee is also among the few in its class that can back itself into a parking space. Available on Limited and Trailhawk, Park Assist is part of the $1,500 technology group, which also includes adaptive cruise control and the rear-end collision mitigation. Parallel parking is a fairly simple exercise. The system identifies a suitable space and takes over. You control the brake. It'll steer you into a perpendicular space too, but with far less precision. Cherokee's base prices are generally in line with those of the competition, but indulging in features like self-parking can get this Jeep into the high $30,000 range. A majority of buyers opts for 4-wheel drive, and about half pay another $1,700 for the V6. Latitude is the best-selling model. Equip one with the 6, add about $1,000 for active drive 2, and another $4,200 for packages that include popular features like push-button start, power heated front seats, heated mirrors and steering wheel, blind spot alert, and the 8.4-inch screen with hands-free telematics, and the sticker price is $34,000. A moonroof would add another $1,400. A quarter of buyers want it all and choose the Limited. And judging from the number we see on the road, we're a little surprised Trailhawk accounts for just 15% of sales. Unlike, say, a CR-V or an Escape, the Cherokee doesn't come across so much as a high-riding hatchback. Now, that's good or bad depending on your expectations, but buy this one if you want a Jeep, not necessarily a conventional compact crossover. For more on cars, trucks, and SUVs, go to carpreview.com.